Hi everybody, welcome to this masterclass, The Feminine Awakening, which is all about awakening and embodying your feminine energy. As women, I feel like the majority of women, and I was one of these women, I used to be in my wounded masculine and my wounded feminine. So there was no way I could drop into or embody the feminine without healing my masculine first. So this masterclass is really about you understanding that you need to heal and embody and integrate both energies into your life in order to have that ease, that flow, so that life isn't always like so hard and difficult, because it really doesn't have to be. So my philosophy is that living in the feminine is a consistent, relaxed state of being that you are always in. So that's the kind of foundation, that's the kind of benchmark of how you want to feel on a day-to-day basis. And it's a way of life that you consistently embody. So being a woman who is fully embodied in a feminine energy can use their masculine energy, once it's healed, to support her feminine flow. And for me, this is a lifestyle. So I'm going to give you some real insight into what my step-by-step process is to get to the point of being a fully embodied woman. That means she's glowing, she's radiant, she's calm, she's relaxed, and she can hold being relaxed, and she can hold the joy and happiness she feels from day to day, from moment to moment, and she can handle like difficult things and challenges as she goes through life and goes through her day. So this is not about being perfect. This is not about either being in your perfect masculine or being in your perfect feminine. This is about integrating, healing and integrating and embodying both energies. So you can live a life that really is really magnetic. It's full of joy and happiness, and it just feels it feels easy. Even in the hard times, you have this strength about you that you can overcome anything and come out the other side maybe a different person, a higher version of yourself. But it's just that empowering knowing that you are unshakable. I'm super excited to share all of this with you today. I'm going to introduce myself first. I am Helen J. I'm a life coach, I'm a somatic therapist, I'm a healer who helps women heal their wounds through somatic therapy. So this is really feeling. So this type of healing is getting women into their bodies as much as possible, which highly connects to the feminine energy, because the feminine is all about the body. It's all about feeling. It's all about living in the body and coming out of the head as much as we possibly can. I'm also specialized in subconscious brain reprogramming. So that's like the mind. I use the mind and the body connection to really rewire any stories that you have in your head that are holding you back, and also help release any suppressed emotion or suppressed energy through inner child healing, womb, heart, chakra healing, masculine, feminine energetics, and just really awakening your feminine energy and healing your relationship with the masculine so that you can become an embodied woman. We can resource all of the energy that we need day to day from ourselves. We don't need anybody else to give that to us. It's all within. And I think as women, we've become so used to sourcing our energy from other places, from other people, from, working ourselves so hard to kind of like prove ourselves almost. But really, once we realize that the only thing that can really fill up your cup and give you energy and stop you from being exhausted and drained and just like really, really depleted is you. So by consistently working on connecting to yourself and being able to harness these energies is life-changing, because it means that we can rely solely on our energy to create our external reality. So every human on the planet has masculine and feminine energy inside them. And this yin and yang symbol just represents it perfectly, because the feminine is the darker side, and the little white dot is the little drop of masculine that we need to hold this feminine energy that we embody. Whereas with the masculine, it's mostly masculine, and then with a little drop of feminine, just to really bring them into like vulnerability, strength, emotion, that kind of thing. So every human needs both energies, and we need to ensure that they are in a healthy state, that they are healed, and that we can integrate and embody them properly, so we can really harness both of these and embody them to our advantage, because this is what we were naturally born with. So today we are covering like what feminine and masculine energetics are, my step-by-step process to awaken and embody the feminine in all areas of your life. We're going to establish kind of what you most want, need, and desire to embody about the feminine right now, and also just allows you to think about like, what do you want your version of the feminine to look, feel, and act like as well. This is really about using your feminine and masculine energy to come into a flow and a balance that really suits your life. And when you do this, you can do it all without being burnt out or being exhausted. And the best thing is that it's already inside you, just waiting to be harnessed. So I think the first most important thing to be doing on a daily basis is getting into your body and just asking yourself, like, how does your body feel? So I want you to do that now for me. I want you to place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your womb. I want you to take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, and just send your breath down your body and into your womb space. And just feel like, where are the areas of tension? Is there any part of your body that feels like contracted? Your shoulders hunched and rolled over? Are there any parts of your body that just need that extra care and attention? And by understanding and addressing your inner thoughts, your inner emotions and beliefs, you can really positively influence your actions and behaviors every single day. It's really you choose the emotion that you're in. Because when we're in our head and our minds are racing and we're disconnected from our bodies and we're dwelling on the past, there's guilt and shame coming up, you're worrying about the future, and you're fixated on what we lack and what hasn't happened yet and what we don't have. Like, it's impossible to be in our bodies. So by coming out of our head and dropping into our body enables us to be present. It enables us to receive, to be open to receive money, abundance, love in this state. So it's really important that we are in our body and that we're available for that. Because when we're relaxed and our heart's open and our body is open, our shoulders are pushed back, our chest is open, we're grounded in our bodies, it makes us feel so much more empowered and confident as well. And we can really take ownership of that as well. So when we feel into our bodies and when we breathe into our bodies, it automatically relaxes the nervous system. And it just brings an element of like calmness and safety in, so that we can just feel nice and centered. And that's what the feminine is. Like, it's just all about living in the body, essentially. Living in the body and then creating the external reality we want from the body. So before we get into what the masculine and what the feminine is, I want to do some subconscious work around what your beliefs currently are around women, the masculine, the feminine, what might be blocking you, and just how you feel in your body when you're relaxed. So I'm going to ask you a few little questions, and this technique is just about coming into your body. It's just relaxing your body for a moment, and then I'm going to read out some little sentences, and you are going to just take the first thing that comes up. There is no thinking, there is no right or wrong, there is no right answer to these little questions. It's really just about connecting with what you actually truly think and feel without any kind of preconceived ideas. So just close down your eyes for me. Again, if you want to, left hand on heart, right hand on womb. Take a nice deep breath. Drop into your body. If you can sigh on the exhale, that's amazing, because it just tells your body that you're safe, and it just allows you to drop more deeply into it as well. And the first question is, women are. And just notice the first thing that comes up. And then the next one is, the feminine is. You can write these down if you want to at the same time as we go through them. Then we've got the masculine is. And then what is blocking you from fully embodying your feminine? And then finally, when I am relaxed, I feel. If you haven't done so as you're going along, just write those down for me. And this really establishes what you currently feel, how you currently feel about women, about the feminine, about the masculine, about what's blocking you from fully embodying your feminine, and how you feel when you're relaxed. When we heal the masculine safety that we feel in that structure enables the feminine to thrive and really be in her creative energy. And these energies are quite different. So we've got masculine energetics, which is all about the head and living in the head quite a lot. The doing, the strategy, the structure, being focused, taking inspired action, discipline, being supportive, and also just like that inner strength and like stability that we have. And then feminine is all about the body. So it's all about from the inside out. It's all about the being, like how we are being on a day-to-day basis, how we feel in our body on a day-to-day basis, how much we can really flow through and make things relax and as easy as possible. Being connected to our sensuality, like all of the senses, being able to experience like pleasure on such a deep level, and intimacy, like I said, feeling relaxed, peaceful, calm, magnetic, being able to receive that receptivity, having trust within and trusting yourself above all, and then also that intuition, so that inner knowing, so that you can make decisions with ease and you can move on the intuition. You can actually move with aligned and inspired action with the help and support of the masculine as well. And with everything in life, there are lighter sides and there are darker sides. There's the shadow and there's the divine. There's the wounded and there's the embodied. Just have a little look down the list and just have a look down the wounded and the shadow list and see which one of those things or number of those things you feel like you struggle with. So we've got people pleasing, imposter syndrome, codependency, and just being heavily reliant on somebody else for validation, for love, being a good girl all the time, always wanting to do the right thing, scared of failing, lack of self-worth and insecurities, jealousy, seeking validation from the outside rather than from the inside, from yourself, being too needy, feeling like you repress emotions and you're not allowed to feel certain emotions, feeling burnt out, and also having that like victim mentality. So like it's never your fault. And in comparison to that, when we are able to heal those things and bring awareness to them and move through them and release any energy blocks and just really kind of release and shed those shadow elements of the feminine, we can then start to merge and come into the embodied feminine. So this is a woman. Again, have a look down the list and see which ones you would like love to embody and which ones maybe you've already embodied. So it's that sense of being fierce and grateful. Like I love both of these words. Standing in your power, but also having a sense of grace and like softness about it as well. Being able to resource all of your energy from within. So not having anyone externally like draining your energy, not doing things that drain your energy, but only really focusing on and doing things that really fill up your cup. A strong sense of self and authenticity, embodying self-love, using your intuition, feeling super empowered to like go after what you want like in this life, being really expressive in your own way, being your own cheerleader, but then other people's cheerleader as well, especially like helping other women to rise and really being a supportive partner as well. Knowing how and when to rest your body, whether that's like just before you come on your period or whether that's after you've had like a really super like busy week and you're like, oh God, I just need to, really relax, because you start feeling it in your body. Healthy boundaries with yourself and other people. And you just feel like you're thriving. You just feel like you've got momentum in life. You feel like you're sourcing energy from within so that you are not burnt out and you're not depleted. Because when we source it from the inside, it's a lot more difficult to fall into those burnout cycles, because we're actually caring and taking care of our energy from the inside out. And with the shadow and the wounded masculine, have a little look down this list and just see again where you see yourself in this list. Like, can you identify with being in your wounded masculine? So do you emasculate men? So this, for example, means like, do you put men down? Do you tell them to man up? Do you like criticize them all the time? Do you just not have a really deep down, do you not have a good opinion of men? Settling for less than you're worth, having this wall of protection up with people so you don't really like let love in. Overthinking, like being in your head all the time, feeling like you have to be really strong all the time. Worth tied to productivity. So you think that like the harder you work, the more you deserve success. We were born worthy. Leaky boundaries with yourself and people. Difficulty with saying no, I would say. Overextending yourself. Mind racing, again being in the head. Procrastination, perfectionism, exhaustion, depletion. You're in like survival mode all the time. And whatever you do, like it's never enough. It's never enough. There's always more. You can always do more. So you keep going until you become like this anxious, burnt out, depleted, like shell of who you are, version of who you are. And the divine and embodied masculine is saying no to things that drain your energy. So doing a little audit of your life now and just saying, well, whereabouts in my life does my energy really get drained? And trying to cut those things out. There's a difference between something that's draining your energy that you don't have to do, and then doing something which you do have to do that you can then use your feminine energy to do in a more enjoyable way. Standing your ground, so being confident in like your opinions and what you think, setting boundaries, knowing that vulnerability is strength, so that when you are vulnerable, that really kind of just adds to your strength as a person. You can use the heart and the head together. So even when you're making like difficult decisions, you can use the head and the heart in tandem to come to compromises and to really listen to other people. So this is not about being a bulldozer. This is about putting your opinion across and your views and your thoughts and sticking with them, but also listening to other people and really caring and seeking to understand others and really embodying that strong and gentle side. And this one I absolutely love, just sticking to your word. So following through on what you say you're going to do, which is for me the basis of confidence, because when you follow through, it proves to yourself that you can do it. You prove to yourself that you can do it. You prove to yourself that you can overcome obstacles and challenges and do hard things, and it really boosts your confidence. And then also living in integrity. So my step-by-step process to becoming an embodied woman really starts with healing your trauma, especially mummy and daddy wounds and any core wounds. And for me, honestly, healing your trauma is one of the most amazing things you can do for your body, for your mind, and for your life, because these things are holding you back so much from becoming embodied in both of these energies. Your mother represents the feminine and your father represents the masculine. So by looking and delving into what your unmet needs were as a child, we're really able to see how those wounds are playing out in your life now and how they are maybe influencing your wounded masculine and your wounded feminine, so they can be healed and you can fully embody these energies. So we're going to do a little mini child healing, inner child healing, just to give you a little taste of what that's like. So I want you to close down your eyes for me and pop your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your womb. Take a nice deep breath and just come into the body. And I want you to visualize a little girl in front of you. And that little girl is you. So just look at her face, look into her eyes, look at her hair, what she's wearing, how old she might be. And I want you to kneel down in front of her and take her hands. And I want you to just really connect with her in this moment, see what her energy's like. I'm just going to ask her a couple of things. We're going to ask her, first of all, what do you need from Dad? And just listen to what she says. Again, it's the first thing that comes up. There is no right or wrong. And then secondly, what do you need from Mum? Listen to what she says. And then just say thank you and give her a little hug. And as you do this, just feel her melting into you. Take a nice deep breath. And whatever she said, whatever she came up, are two examples of some unmet needs from your parents. So for Mum, it could have been, I needed more time, I needed more unconditional love. For Dad, it could have been just to be there more, to be present. Once those wounds have been established, it's really about seeing if there are any energy blocks around those particular things, and also to work on giving yourself what you didn't get when you were younger. So really questioning, like, are you there for yourself? Do you give yourself unconditional love? Do you give yourself the time that you need with yourself, or the time to, really engage and connect with the people around you? So it's just a really good place to start. And then healing your wounded masculine and removing the armor is another really, really important part of this process, because with your wounded masculine, we have so much armor around us. We have so many layers that have built up over time. By shedding and removing this armor, we are able to really come back to our feminine core. Because it's like this armor it's protecting us, but it's like a false sense of protection. It's protecting us, but it's not really serving us. So when we remove this armor, we can really come back to the feminine core. Do another little practice. So if you can close down your eyes for me again. And I'm just going to ask you, what is something you need to let go of in order to receive deep love and affection? What is something you need to let go of in order to receive deep love and affection? Okay, amazing. So this is one of your masculine layers. What we do normally is we establish all of the layers and we shed each of these layers one by one so we can come back to our feminine core. And often these are layers like control, procrastination, fear of vulnerability, insecurity, a lot of specific wounded masculine layers that when we remove them just makes us feel so free and so light, because this armor is really heavy. So when we take it off, we're able to breathe a lot more, and we're able to really make space in our bodies to be able to receive and to be able to embody our feminine energy. So once we've removed this armor, it's really about recalibrating our nervous system and embodying the healthy divine masculine by using structures to help us feel as relaxed as possible. So, if you could do something tomorrow, what would you do to relax that little bit more? Is there something that you could put in place that would really just relax you so much? Maybe it's about asking for help and support so that you can fully relax into your body or into what you have to do that day. It could be just making sure that you have some white space in your calendar so you can actually do something in the day that you want to do, like take an hour for yourself, for example. It could be just committing to yourself to really get rid of the things that are draining your energy in your life, and just really bringing it back to not thinking so much as well. So getting out of your head as much as possible, stop thinking, connect to your heart space, and just think to yourself, like, how relaxed can I be? How relaxed can I be? And once we've healed our divine masculine, when we feel like we're embodied in that, and we're using like a lot of these tools to really create structure and support in our lives so we can do the things we need to do. When we have that support, it automatically just makes us feel nice and relaxed. Then it's about healing your wounded feminine. So healing the beliefs around the wounded feminine, doing the energy clearing around mum, around your subconscious beliefs around women in the feminine, and just really clearing your body so that you can surrender, you can receive, and you can trust. So it's about using exercises as well to drop into receiving that surrender, that trust, shifting our emotions, relaxing, releasing, opening your body, opening your heart, being present, being aware, and knowing that like your energy comes first. How you are being comes before anything else. So if your mind is racing, you stop, you drop into your body, and you adjust your energy before you move on. And soften into really like what you are, or like what you are feeling. Because being relaxed is magnetic, and when you're relaxed, your energy expands and it creates more capacity for more things to come into your life, which is just the best feeling ever. We can then start to embody your own version of the feminine. That depends on whether you're a mother, a businesswoman, a career woman, all of those things. It really does depend on where you are in your life and what you feel is important for you right now. So it's really about adapting and embodying the feminine in your own unique way. And then once we've really set up our bodies to embody the feminine and to receive, then we can work on like manifestation, quantum leaping, and stepping into the next version of ourselves so that we can really feel in our power with what we want to do in life and where we want to go. So like our destiny, our purpose, living our life in the most embodied way possible. So this is a little list of a few examples of what it looks like to become an embodied woman. So I just want you to have a little look down them and just really reflect on which one of these is the most important for you to embody right now in your life. So she always has energy to give because she sources this from within. She's always got energy, never drained and never exhausted. She can drop into her body and really connect with how she feels because she knows how powerful it is to be able to shift her emotions. She can easily flow and harness both energies, the masculine and the feminine, like with ease. She feels pleasure in everything that she does. She's sensual and intimate with herself and others. You can feel her presence, like people really see you. She's turned on and has energy for sex, like even at the end of the day when you're knackered. Is calm in a crisis. Takes care of herself, health, mind, body and soul. You go to bed early if you need to. Really take care of yourself. She's fully present. She's generally got it all together most of the time. We all have our human moments. We are not looking for perfection. Sometimes we lose our shit. It's normal from time to time. And it's not about overanalyzing, and this is not about a checklist. This is just about really giving yourself the opportunity to embody the version that you want to embody. She's fully connected to her own abundance, and she knows that like abundance is everywhere. It's in nature, it's all around us, and it's really a force to be reckoned with when you are connected to your own abundance within as well. She isn't afraid to fail, be rejected, or to take risks. She isn't overwhelmed, drained, or stressed by life. She can handle difficult moments. She's able to feel, shift, and alchemize her emotions within seconds because she's so connected to her body. She's kind, she's patient, she's compassionate, understanding with herself. And she doesn't forget to celebrate. She celebrates when she needs to. She doesn't focus too much on the failure. She focuses on what she's done and what she's been able to do. She shines, and she's not afraid to tell people about what she does. She's not afraid to really shine her light for other people either, and she lifts other women up. This is not a competition. It's just about lifting each other up and helping each other rise. And it's just like this level of relaxation, like despite what's going on, despite what you have to do, you are relaxed because you know you have the support of the masculine as this embodied woman. And you really focus on what you have. You don't focus on what you don't have. So therefore, the opportunities are limitless. And that really drives and moves you forward. So now we're going to do a feminine higher self visualization, which is really going to connect you to the version of the feminine that you want to become and step into and embody. So I want you to close down your eyes for me, and I want you to place both hands on your womb, your lower belly, and I want you just to start by sending all of your breath down your body into your womb space. So shoulders back, tilt your head up to the ceiling. Take a nice deep breath into the womb, and then take a nice long deep exhale out. Just feel your body weighted down in the chair beneath you. Feel your feet on the floor if you do have your feet on the floor. Just imagine these beautiful roots coming out of your feet or out of your tailbone and going down deep into the earth's crust, through the soil, all the way down, just anchoring you into Mother Earth. Knowing that Mother Earth holds all creativity, abundance in this world, and you also have all of that within you. Just bringing all of your awareness down to your womb space. Just really feeling the rise and fall of your breath, and feeling yourself connected to all of the women around the world that are embodying the feminine, and we're shifting into the feminine. Just feeling the magic in your womb space, just like the home of creativity, not just of babies, but of ideas, of inspiration, your intuition. Just noticing how it feels in there. Does it feel light? Does it feel heavy? Does it feel dark? Does it feel magical? Whatever you feel is right. Whatever's coming up. And when you're ready, I want you to feel yourself deeply connected to your womb space. And I want you to imagine that you are traveling and making a journey into your womb. And just imagine yourself entering this part of your body, seeing all of the muscles, the bones of your pelvic bowl, knowing that this place knows exactly what it needs to do to create, and feeling yourself really connected to this part of your body. And inside your womb is a beautiful garden. I just want you to connect to all of the senses. So what can you hear? Can you hear the birds? Can you feel the sun shining on your face? The flowers, the smells? I just want you to feel this sense of abundance. Sense of this abundance of energy, this abundance of nature all around you. And you notice on the other side of the garden is a fountain, and that fountain is just overflowing, like it's in overflow. And next to the fountain is a beautiful area filled with pillows and blankets and candles and flowers. And on one of the pillows is sitting a beautiful, glowing, radiant woman. She's sitting on one of the pillows, And as you move closer, you realize that that woman is your higher self. She is the most feminine, embodied version of yourself. And as you move closer, you can feel her energy glowing brighter than you've ever seen. And she invites you to sit down opposite her. And as you sit down, you look into her eyes, which are shining so, so brightly. And you look at what she's wearing, the clothing, the colours, any jewellery. And you just notice anything else. And she's looking back at you in your eyes. And she is so powerful, she is so beautiful, and this is you on your highest timeline. The most embodied feminine version of yourself. And you feel the connection between both of you, because you are essentially the same person. You feel so much gratitude towards each other for the guidance that she's giving you all the time, and for the hard work that you are doing to get to where she is. I just want you to ask yourself the question as you're sitting in front of her: how do you want to feel in your feminine? How do you want to be and act on a daily basis? What would you be doing, and what does your life really look like? And if you want to say anything to her now, then now is the time. She leans in and she whispers a message in your ear. I just want you to listen to what she says. Just thanking her for all of her wisdom and her guidance. Feeling so much gratitude for each other. Saying thank you, I love you. You're going to come together in a hug, and you are going to start to just melt and fully surrender into each other. And as you melt into each other, just focus on your breath and on deepening this feeling. Just feeling your energy in complete overflow. And just using your breath to really expand this energy even further. Like it's just dripping and seeping out of every single pore of your body. Feeling the overflow in your body, in your womb. And just feel it kind of like cascading like a waterfall all over your body. And into your aura that surrounds your body. Feeling it overflowing from your womb, from your root chakra. And just really expanding from there. As it overflows to your entire body, just effortlessly. Knowing that you have access to this abundance in your body at any time. And then when you're ready, when you feel that feeling just fully has taken over your entire body, you can come back to the room and you can open your eyes. And I just want you to write down those things. So how do you feel in your feminine? How do you want to feel in your feminine? How do you want to be? How do you want to act? What are you doing on a daily basis? What does your life look like? And then what is the message that she gave you? If there was a message. If not, if you don't want to share anything, then that's okay. So, in terms of what you can do right now to connect to your feminine and embody and continue this work, I've put together some fun, practical tips and strategies that you can use that will really get you into the practice of being in your body. So the first thing is, like, what are the top 3 things that would allow you to feel and shift into the feminine? So what are the top 3 things that you just love to do? And when I say love to do, you actually like feel it in your body. So when I sing or dance, I feel like this release in my body. I feel like looser. It makes me feel better. So we want to be doing things that really support our energy and give us energy rather than taking it away. Wearing nice clothes, having some earrings in every day. Like, I bought these earrings because I literally never wanted to take my earrings out every day. So I bought a pair that can like go in the shower with me, and it's just easy and I don't even have to think about it. And I love them. So I'm just wearing these every day. And just, again, it's just that ease and that I know putting in a pair of earrings doesn't take a long time, but like actually it's just something extra that you kind of like need to do. It's just nice when you look in the mirror and you've got, like, for me, when you've got a pair of earrings in. Then feeling, so knowing that it takes seconds to realise how you feel, and then even though it might take a little bit longer to actually shift it, it's really about feeling and knowing how you feel in your body consistently and being able to drop out of your head and into your body. So I would highly recommend, if you are doing work or you're trying to do something creative, or if you are in a very worried, anxious state, the top thing that you need to do is to come into your body, because that means that you can just really connect with your heart, connect with how you're feeling inside, and it really stops the story like immediately, because it's really difficult to do those 2 things at once. And if you find it really hard, put some music on, like, make it work for you, and try and find a really amazing technique for you to be able to drop into your body. Also, checking in with your intuition is amazing, and knowing the difference between making a decision and making a decision with intuition. Asking for help because you love the support. This can be really hard if you're not used to doing it, but once you start doing it, you'll really see that you can relax, as long as you can let go of the control. If you can't, then that's something that you need to work on. Identify where the leaks are in time and energy, and just try to get into the habit of expanding your capacity, like, without doing more. So you want to be taking, like, things off your list rather than, like, putting things on, and having the intention to being in your feminine even whilst you're doing. So while you're doing work, like, this is just one example, like, what makes it enjoyable. So putting music on, having a candle lit, having, like, your favourite smell in the air, maybe some incense or something like that. If you really don't like cooking the dinner, how can you make that, like, a more enjoyable experience? And like I said before, like, this is not a tick list activity. This is not about being, oh, I'm in my masculine, I'm in my feminine. This is not about being in a box. We don't want ourselves in boxes. We want to be able to flow in and out, and we want the masculine to be able to support that feminine flow. Having the intention of being in your feminine whilst you're doing, I've just mentioned that. Prioritize your health and your sleep. So important. Make life as easy as possible for yourself, like, not harder. Again, sometimes we do things and it makes our life more difficult. So what can we take off? What can we stop doing that's actually making your life harder than it needs to be? Putting your energy where it's actually going to give you energy in return and not drain it. So again, all the things that drain your energy, try your best to to get rid of them, and just really creating the space for what you want. So if you are thinking about becoming a mother, for example, or starting your own business, like how can you start to actually adapt your life now and put structures in place, but and then also embody your feminine on such a deep level that you are going to arrive at that stage in your life and you're already feeling like you're relaxed, like you've got this, and you can really like receive what you need to receive from like the people around you as well. Because often during these stages, like we need help and support, but we need to be open for that help and support to really like feel in alignment and pleasure and abundance. We need to have our bodies as open as possible. Getting into the practice of feeling and getting into our body, the most transformational thing that you can start to do. I would love to invite you to my new program. It's called The Embodied Woman, and I only have 10 spaces available. The program starts on the 13th of May to the 30th of June, and it's basically 7 weekly calls and 2 personalized one-on-one trauma healing calls. So we're going to do all of the healing work like together, but then you also get 2 one-on-one personalized trauma healing calls, so you can really specifically work on things that are coming up for you in that moment, or maybe something we need to delve a little bit more deeply into from the group sessions that we've done like that week. For example, you get weekly workbooks, which is going to be full of little activities and practices, so you kind of can come out of this program with your own toolbox. A subconscious reprogramming track that you can listen to before you go to bed that reprogram your subconscious while you're sleeping, which is just one of the best tools. A Telegram community group, so you can be in this group with women and like really share your experience as you go along, which is so healing in itself. And then also like weekly challenges that I'm gonna post to the group and just support you along the way, so you can really heal, integrate and embody these 2 amazing energies that we need to harness. So the things that we can cover in the one-on-one, sexual trauma to anxiety to clearing heartbreak, sisterhood wounding, any physical ailments that you might have, like back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, those types of things. Anything to do with skin issues, procrastination, perfectionism, the fear of being seen, any religious trauma, and there's lots of other things that we can work on as well. If you're watching this replay, then you have a special early bird price for the next week. So until the 6th of May, you can get this program for €888, and then the full price goes up to €1,111 on the 6th of May. And if you need a payment plan, then that is also available as well. You just need to get in contact with me and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. So week 1 is all around healing your mummy and daddy wounds and making sure all of that is cleared. Inner child healing, womb healing, and then a lot of healing around the sacral and the root, because this is where the basis of where the feminine lies. And I'm envisioning you really feeling so stable and embodied in the feminine by the end of this program that, like I said, you've got like this unshakable core. The feminine core is this unshakable part of yourself. Like, you know who you are, you know that you can overcome any obstacle, you know that you are really deeply connected to yourself and your body, that everything else then slots into place. Week 2 is all around healing the wounded masculine and moving those layers, but really dropping those layers for good. And I recently had a client that came and gave me some amazing feedback, and she said, like, we did this process again just as a little test, and she had no more layers left. Like, all of the masculine layers were gone, and she was able to really come home to ourselves and to our feminine energy, which was just so beautiful. After we've healed the wounded masculine, it's about then embodying all of the healthy parts of the masculine, all areas of your life, being able to do it all in a relaxed way where your nervous system and your level of safety around the masculine, not just men, but also like your masculine energy, just feels so safe. Week 3, we are healing the wounded feminine, and we're doing some wound work, heart and throat chakra healing. We are making sure that we can surrender, we can trust ourselves and others, we can fully receive, whether that's money, love, abundance, pleasure, and just doing some really deep feminine embodiment practices as well. Week 4 is feminine breathwork. This breathwork is so transformational. I've done it in person and online, and it blows my mind every time, like how impactful this is, especially once you've done like the pre-work of the mummy and daddy wounds and the healing of the feminine and the masculine. You can really use the breathwork to just clear anything else that you need to clear. And this is a really juicy week because we look at manifestation, but we look at like sensuality and sex and orgasmic meditation, and just really being able to open ourselves fully while we're having sex and have deeper orgasms and deeper levels of pleasure, not just in our day-to-day life, but just in everything that we do inside and outside of the bedroom, which is really nice and can transform your relationship as well. And in week 5, this is relationship with men. So relationship with your partner or men you might work with, for example, or your father or anyone else, understanding the difference between men and women and men and women's brains and how we think differently, because that once we understand that, we can really start to appreciate the other sex in kind of like a different way and really attack our like emasculation tendencies as well. If you feel like you do put men down a lot, it will really help your relationships with men overall, creating polarity in your relationship, urging your man to step up and lead by you dropping into your feminine energy even more. Communication and also receiving. And what I tend to notice with my clients, they automatically see their partner shift and change as well, not just towards them, but just in life in general, like a lot more supportive, more compliments, just more connected than ever before. And it can really transform your whole relationship. So if you're having relationship issues, this could be a perfect program for you as well as, healing yourself. It also heals your relationship as well. And then week 6, we've got quantum leaping, abundance, feminine leadership, feminine wealth, higher self, and self-sourcing. So this is just a reminder that everything comes from within. So once our whole vessel is cleared, once we've cleared the masculine, we've cleared the feminine, we are really able to use the power that is within to receive abundance, to quantum leap into the next timeline of where we want to be as people, into our higher selves. And it allowed us to really lead our lives in the feminine too, as well as just working around new age wealth consciousness in week 7, which is just this idea that in the future women have such a huge role in creating their own wealth. So if you're interested in really going deeper on how you can create your own wealth and what that looks like, again, week 7 is going to be perfect. Increasing glow and magnetism. So again, now that our vessel is clear, how do we really fully, deeply embody this feminine energy? Because we want it to be easy. We want to come out of this program. We want to be able to really fully trust and believe that everything we want in life is coming to us. We want life to flow. We want to enjoy life, and we want to do everything, and we want to get everything done without being stressed and in survival mode all the time. So creating from overflow is going to be a really important conversation in week 7, because it's all about, okay, well, now that you're embodied in the feminine, how can we really expand our capacity for more and to really get to the point where we can expand our capacity to the maximum level. For me, like being a mum, it's all about like, how can I be so present with my kids, and then also how can I, when they're in childcare and when I've got time on my own, how can I, do the things I'm really passionate about, but also like take care of myself as well, and being like super safe in expressing ourselves and knowing exactly what we want from life. Because when we're highly connected to our bodies, we know the path to take, we know the decisions to make, and we are more sure and confident about who we are. And then we have the celebration, because it's the end of week 7, and after looking at all of these elements, I want you to really think. I want you to close your eyes and just think. Imagine 7 weeks of this program, of being in this process of healing, of integrating, of embodying the feminine. What could your life look like? What would your life look like after these 7 weeks? How would you want to feel? And just envisage what that looks like and how that feels in your body. If you have any questions whatsoever, please do not hesitate to get in contact with me. If you love this masterclass, please take a little snap and share to my Instagram or email me with your biggest takeaway. I love feedback from people. And if you have, like I said, any burning questions, do not hesitate to get in contact about the embodied woman. And if you need a payment plan, again, contact me so we can set that up for you. And I will see you all soon.